sigil of frost. Headmistress told me so much about you, and now at last we meet. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
You look just like your mother. I'll not lose her again. I shall freeze hell in its entirety if that is what it takes to get her back. You'll help me, won't you, granddaughter? Melinoi, I was certain you were gone. Scarce born, only to be taken by Kronos, along with my daughter and those nearest her. But the Witch of the Crossroads got you out of there, did she? How could she not send word? We've been locked in conflict with Kronos for so long that we've begun to doubt that anything can meaningfully change. I wonder, Flower, can you truly rid us of this blight?
My niece, you ought to know that elder goddess Demeter and I, we may jeer and jest at one another, but it's never out of spite. Isn't that right, dear foster sister?
Oh, Poseidon, you needn't lie to young Melinoi like that. It sends a terrible impression, and may make her hold you in as much contempt as do I. But let's cooperate for now, why not? If only you could see my fields in the morning sun, shining brighter than any gold you shall ever find. Such metals ought to remain within the earth.
All right. To think the goddess of seasons herself is my grandmother. I am honored to have made your acquaintance.
I see the Witch of the Crossroads taught you not just strength, but grace. I hereby accept your offering, and have something for you as well.
A gift from grandmother.
Your recent descent took you deeper than my deepest roots, close to where the Titan Kronos now resides, and holds your mother captive with the rest. Is there no way to inform us of what happened? Aid from Olympus can take many different forms, as not all of us are suitably prepared or even built to face significant ordeals. Take, for instance, fairest Aphrodite over here.
Oh, Lady Demeter, you know that's patently untrue. I may be more a lover than a fighter, but that doesn't mean I won't mangle the faces of our foes if that is what it takes to get them to back off. Now, why don't we show your granddaughter how well we get along?
If it is true you reached the underworld's depths and slew that wretched Titan there, then good. It likely shall take more than that, I know. But you must have inflicted some amount of pain and perhaps fear, which is a start. You could have informed us, informed me, whilst you grew supple and strong in the witch's care. Yet knowing Hecate, she must have deemed the risk too great. I understand. I'll try to understand. Your great-aunt Hestia is not exactly as she seems. In olden times, she was content merely to let her flames keep sputtering within the hearths of mortal homes. Admit to it, sister. You've changed.
And you, Demeter, you've not changed at all. None of you have. It's why you're in a heap of trouble now. Or we, I ought to say. Good thing your grandkids coming to our rescue.
Humiliating that even our boons must be concealed, lest we risk revealing too much about our plans and defenses to our enemies. You bested Kronos again, didn't you, Flower? We always knew he could be beaten. I once saw to it myself. But can he be destroyed? The Witch of the Crossroads must know. Reduced to picking through such meager offerings. You ought to have lived here in the glory of Olympus, where everything that you desire is at hand. for the most part. The incursion by that abhorrent monster Typhon. It is more than a threat. It is an insult. I control the seasons, yet he dares smother our mountain in his foul storm. My understanding was your line could scarce survive beyond the reaches of the underworld. Yet there you are, traipsing about as though not bound by your father's fate. How can this be? I care very little for surprises, Flower, and perhaps in that we are alike. Yet there exists a rare variety that's welcome, like a brisk breeze on an autumn eve. Even I could use a bit of heat on some occasions, Flower, which the forge of Hephaestus here provides. Perhaps as compensation for the utter lack of warmth between most members of our family.
Just listen to the Lady Demeter. Everybody on a mountaintop thinks they're so sharp, but this one, she is blunt like my hammer. And some jobs call for a blunt instrument, don't they?
To all my family on the mountain, let me pass. It's dawn. Zagreus, if only you could see this for yourself. The king and queen.
Welcome back.
Don't be shy.
I think the king and queen might like a word.
Grandmother.
Malinoe! Oh, Flower, it's truly you. Forgive me, we must maintain decorum here, but I am very pleased to see you here before me, rather than within the dimness of a boon.
Lady Demeter, the honor is mine. I know that everyone's preoccupied contending with the siege, and it couldn't have been easy for you to be here now.
Please call me grandmother, although perhaps not here. I was furious to have missed you when you visited before, and was not about to let that reoccur. But you cannot stay, can you?
Unfortunately not. With Typhon dealt with for the moment, I had best be getting back. I'm so grateful to have met you like this. Shall I see you again?
If the fates have any mercy in their hearts, then yes.
Moonlight guide us.
How my lord husband scoffed when first I brought forth that perhaps this deadly witch niece of his, raised from infancy to vanquish time itself, could also be of benefit against the Titan siege. Glad I won that out.
Hera dear, of course we reached agreement on that matter, else my good niece would not be here now. Though tell us, Malinoe, what news of a lasting solution to our predicament? Typhon shows no interest in turning away.
We're getting closer to something. It's very likely that the means we use to rid ourselves of one of our great foes shall be the key to ridding ourselves of the other, though we have not achieved those means as yet.
You hear that, Zeus? The greatest inconveniences we face may be resolved at once. We so like doing things efficiently.
You need but tell us what else must be done to facilitate this outcome, Malinoe. Olympus stands at your disposal here.
Please hold out as long as possible, for your blessings and support are invaluable. One way or another, I'll be back as soon as I can. Kronos may have reawakened Typhon, but that same power could unravel him.
May it be thus. We'd ask you take your time, my dear, but there's no telling how much we can spare. Nevertheless, tread carefully, and we shall be awaiting your return. Come back soon.
Till we meet again.
We steel ourselves.
You truly think we'll soon get blasted Typhon well out of our way for good? That'd be a welcome change.
If we can rid ourselves of Kronos, then we should be able to rid ourselves of the father of all monsters too. And I've not been training all my life for this only to fail now.
Well, remind me never to get on your bad side, Sunshine. You ready to head home? Always good to see you, though I'd best get back to singing so that everyone stays calm. Take care now.
We have this. We're getting closer, everyone. Please, stay safe. Return to Shadow now.
You sprang forth from underneath that gloom onto our world's surface, have you, Flower? If you mean to visit our mountain, merely follow the path of desolation leading straight to us. Word reaches us that you located Hades, Flower. How he must seethe, incarcerated in that pit of despair. Although at least he's whole. What of your mother? Nothing still? Granddaughter, where have you been? In the deepest reaches of your father's realm, perhaps? Striking at the very heart of our enemy. One can but hope. Thank you, Flower, for you've thrown our enemies upon this mountain into turmoil. Even now they attempt to regroup, but with your continued effort, we may drive them back. When my sisters and my foster brothers and I overthrew Kronos long ago, we were much closer to your age, Flower. Now we are older, and one should think wiser. Although our frequent bickering and inaction suggest otherwise.
We are a strong-willed family, as you know perfectly well, Lady Demeter. We must move forward in unison. Building that sort of consensus is not always quick, though we each could do our part to hasten it along.
Your journey sends you through the morning fields. I've seen that place. Just dreadful, utterly. All of the wheat there, I thought perhaps it would provide a bit of cheer. What are you doing in those brackish depths, Flower? Even Poseidon has turned his back on what lurks in that corner of the sea. Does such a path truly lead deeper into hell? Nothing lives in the city of Ephira, and I shall keep it that way until its infestation of shambling wretches is brought to heel. Though you need not concern yourself with the details. We have someone already on the case. Such a foreboding night this is. The air is thick with the death and decay of your father's realm, and the desolation I have wrought. The pale moon can scarce cut through. Now even the weavers of destiny apparently are gone, and shall do nothing to preserve their stake in our futures. That is the talk on the mountain, granddaughter. So then we truly are alone, but we can fend for ourselves. You would forsake my blessing, even knowing it is sought after all the world over.
Please understand, Grandmother.
This family and our blasted pride. These constant fights with our own kin.
Believers here want you to succeed, cousin, though none so much as Lady Demeter. I'm reminded that you are her grandchild after all. Wait, she wants to speak to you herself.
Thank you for your advocacy services, Apollo. Should I have need of them again, I shall apprise you. For now, my granddaughter requires our abilities, not honeyed words. If you are wondering whether that icy chill you feel in the air is mine, it is.
Let's take it easy now.
There need not be a strain between us, granddaughter. Forgive me. I was rash. I miss your mother terribly. And your brother as well. He was my little sprout. Kronos must have ensnared him with the others in your father's house. The unforgivable wretch. Some sort of skull you have. One of the arms of night, I know, and yet that form. Something about it, it reminds me not of Nyx, but of my daughter? But do not listen to my ravings. Carry on. Prometheus stole fire from us not for mortal kind, but because he desired it for his own gain. What good is that power to him now, upon a mountain cold as ice?
Thunderous power.
I take no pride in what I am about to do, Malinois, but how else shall you learn?
Well, here we go.
No harm comes of a little fight. We ought to focus on the real fight instead.
This is for you. You and your granny Demeter, you must have so much catching up to do. Perhaps you even have the power to unfreeze that disapproving scowl I oft fear is permanently set, though I can see she wishes to address you now herself.
Please pay no heed to Aphrodite, Flower. She's more concerned about the contours of my face than doing anything of use. But on the count that we've much catching up to do, she's right.
Welcome.
It's good to see you, Sunshine, but you'd best speak to Father first.
Flower.
So good to see you.
And you, of course. The storm has passed. That monster turned the weather such that not even Lord Zeus or I could stop it properly. But now he's gone, and we have you to thank.
Thanks are owed all around, Grandmother. Typhon gave in to the combined might of the gods. I merely concentrated our fell strength. Now to press this advantage.
Perhaps not even Kronos can withstand what you unleashed. But be careful, granddaughter. Make certain we shall meet again.
We will.
We tend the weak.
May moonlight guide us.
Oh, my good niece, you were extraordinary, truly. So far as we can tell, no trace of that monstrosity remains. The deed is done. Typhon is dead.
My lord husband has been premature to declare victory before, so I shall not believe a word of this until I hear it from your lips. Perhaps not even then.
The father of all monsters is undone. Not merely dead, but eradicated, using the power of the Titan of Time and a bit of assistance from Father's favored spear, Gygaros.
You hear that, Heredia? I told you young Malinois was certain to prevail on our behalf. Our family always triumphs when we stand together with a common purpose.
I remain utterly in shock. Well now, girl, if you have truly quashed that monstrous threat, then do prepare yourself for all of us to claim we never doubted you at any point. My lord husband is already starting.
If you had not believed in me, Queen Hera, then perhaps Typhon would have been here in my stead. So thank you all. And now an even greater victory is within reach.
The Titan Kronos. You mean to likewise destroy him using the methods you employed this very night?
If necessary. Though this power that you witnessed was for Typhon alone, and likewise what we planned for Kronos is fit only for him. The Deathless cannot be destroyed unless they threaten the very fabric of the weavings of the Fates.
No time for feasting till the other deed is done then, yes? That's fine. The Titan's forces may grow far more desperate now, a possibility for which we ought prepare. We shall lend you all the strength we can for your own final assault. Take care.
Be safe.
We steel ourselves with the...
That monster, truly gone. You got him. Forever. Not that my faith in you wavered since your initial victory, it's just... I still can't entirely believe it. So now for Kronos, then.
Now for Kronos, then. One encouraging result can often spur another. and perhaps all of you shall have a brief reprieve. I'm certain you could use it.
With Prometheus and such still causing problems, we won't be getting all too comfortable just yet. Especially not while our main foe is out there still. Go get him, Sunshine.
On it.
Take care now.
Now for Kronos. I'll be counting on your blessings, everyone. Return to Shadow now. Grandfather with the king and queen.
Ruling the heavens,
Granddaughter.
the earth. The sun shall
Now do you see, my son? Although the Typhon with whom you already clashed is gone, there could have been certain circumstances under which he remained. One fewer now, of course.
And how many of these circumstances are there, would you say, Father? For we cannot expect Melinoi to battle to our mountaintop for all eternity.
Speaking of which, welcome again, my dear. We were just having ourselves a bit of a chat with your grandfather. We've not decided what to do with him as yet, you see.
from highest peak.
Oh, hello, granddaughter. I had assured the king and queen that you would be victorious again, for you have been victorious before. Thank you for validating my theories.
So that mortal
Oh, you're welcome. King Zeus, Queen Hera. I can attest these possibilities of Typhon do appear to exist, having just found one with Grandfather's assistance and eradicated it.
craning to
Typhon is closer to a shade of himself now. The possibility of his dominion over Olympus has grown faint, and fainter still with each of your successes. But how many are required, I unfortunately cannot calculate.
warriors to take.
And why not? Perhaps if we persuaded you sufficiently, Titan, you'd be inclined to answer in a more straightforward way.
I have but recently learned of these possibilities myself. Time is flowing freely forth for the most part. My granddaughter merely can ensure that there are no obstructions of concern. At her convenience, of course.
And I would see to that, however long it takes. By your leave, of course, O King and Queen. I ask that you permit Grandfather to carry on. Thus far, he's been true to his word.
We do have something suitable for you in mind, Father, but due to matters of security, our palace henceforth is to be sealed off. Melinoi, perhaps when your mother resumes her yearly travels here, you may come visit again.
We've been such awful hosts to you, my dear. We never intended for any of this to occur. But we have pledged you our support before, and you shall have it for as long as you require, even if we bicker over it now and again. Fare you well.
Onward!
Hail, Lady Demeter.
When the
We did it, Grandmother. You fought so hard for me, for all of us. But it must be difficult to see Kronos again.
with the weaving
I shall not dignify him with so much as a passing glance, Melinoi. The Titan would have reached a different end were it for me to decide, but I'm grateful that the outcome was not worse.
ruling the heavens.
From what I gathered, this may be farewell for a while, at least face to face. I'll still be seeing you most nights, if you'll be able to keep aiding me by boon.
Of course. And there shall come a time again when your mother shall be visiting us half the year. Perhaps then you may come along. Once every few seasons at least.
A noble
Oh, and here, to keep you warm.
Grandmother, is this for me? Thank you.
weathering all storms with pride.
We ought to be feasting in your name as far as I'm concerned, Sunshine. No sign of Dionysus still, and our new guest has drawn most of the attention. Soon we also won't be letting anybody in from the outside.
It's all right, cousin, as I'm not much for feasting anyhow. And we do need to find a place for this grandfather of ours. Do you know what Lord Uncle Zeus has in store for him?
Not entirely, but my impression is he's sending Kronos back into the underworld, to Lord Hades. Apparently they've reached some sort of bargain. So, you truly think our grandfather has changed?
I think he has a different outlook on things, yes. As for me, sounds like I may not be able to return anytime soon. This place truly is beyond compare, and with each visit, you've made me feel welcome. Thank you for that and everything.
Oh, come on, it's all of us who should be thanking you, and quite profusely, I should add. Anyhow, not like this is a permanent farewell. I'll keep in touch by Boone, all right?
All right. It sounds like I may not be visiting again anytime soon, so thank you all. And please let the others know I wish them well. Let's keep in touch by Boone. Return to Shadow now.
How shameful that we now resort to common subterfuge, having our correspondence smuggled to and fro by the erstwhile boatmen of the dead. The Titan's coin that you exchanged for this message. We shall find all of it, melt it down, and return the gold whence it came. I shall never forgive Kronos, nor do I wish to see his wretched countenance again. But if whatever spell you cast on him has truly withered his ambitions, then so be it. Perhaps there was no other way. A proper garden must be carefully maintained. So it shall be with your underworld as I see it, Flower. If there exists some lingering influence from Kronos, let us root it out.
Our upstart enemies shall scatter to the four winds once we're through with them. Our challenge is to purge them while minimizing unspeakable devastation. And Lady Demeter could always make the earth regrow.
Well, Lord Zeus, it is much harder to regrow where not a trace of life remains. But that's of little consequence right now. Let all who oppose us wither, and we shall salt the earth beneath their feet. As the sapling struggles to grow, so too must we push ourselves to discover our truest potential. Behold my power over life and death. May you find yours.
I really need this boon.
If this was your attempt at humor, know that it was lost on me entirely.
Here she comes.
Your mother used to anger me in just this way, and look where that got her. Snow falls gently on Olympus as before, but no trace of Typhon's foul storm remains, or of the rest of him. But you are able to confront him still somewhere beyond. That artifact you bear, such cold is emanating from it that I sense its power all the way from here. Whatever is the origin of all that death-like frost, it isn't of this realm. This scheme that Kronos has devised to keep us all occupied. Even Prometheus remains a nuisance as before. Inform us right away if you suspect any deceit. I could snuff out the flames of that Prometheus, but in so doing, all of mortal kind would likely freeze. I am not yet prepared to go that far, though likely can be pushed. The seasons are a never-ending cycle of decay and renewal. Though there are such times when the seasons assert themselves much more fiercely than usual. Times such as now. You would spurn your own grandmother? Perhaps where you were raised, proper manners were not taught as a priority.
How to do it. I need to calm her down.
Let us move on. Your provocation needn't have roused my ire to the extent that it did.
The sigil of frost. Yeah! There.
Kronos claimed not even he knows where the three fates currently reside, despite having cast them away himself. I've seldom heard such foolishness. To think such a bumbling fool could have come so close to overthrowing us.
A boon awakened.
You are a direct descendant of mine, and still you would spurn me like this.
Well, here we go.
My mood's as foul as the weather as of late. Apologies for the outburst, Flower. Surely he would not admit to this, but your father has been through quite an ordeal. Worse perhaps than any of us. But he and your mother have weathered difficult times before, and each time they have grown from it. So what if Hestia is technically my elder? She hardly gives Olympus her attention.
Here she comes.
I am not angry with you, granddaughter, and I admit I acted out of turn. Something about this night is troubling, as though some force of will yawned forth from the very depths of chaos. But you wouldn't know anything of this, would you? I've so much I would speak with you about, Malinui, but this is not the hour or the means. At least you can hear me, can't you? And I can sense your presence, faint and distant though it may be. Why, you even got the elusive god of the Forge to crawl out of his cave. To think that all it took was this terrible infighting with our forebear to bring our family closer together.
Rush delivery on this.
Granddaughter, your uncle Poseidon created that watery chasm you see before you. I've half a mind to freeze it shut, though I fear our enemies shall cross it anyhow, and your voyage would only be more fraught. Your father was sullen and difficult even whilst young, quite honestly. What my daughter saw in him, I could not. Yet my Kore, as I called her, she would brighten around him. That rift of Thessaly could easily be turned to ice, you know. I'd like to see the enemy's fleet sail across it then. But I'm told we have to cool it with the cataclysms for a while. Mortals and their begging. You're making haste, Flower. I'd swear that you were graced by swift Hermes himself. Except he must be too busy keeping watch over our enemies to be of much benefit to you. Ah, you bear the blessing of Poseidon. Surely such a loud and blustering god must have more than sufficient might to back it up. So Hestia gave you her gift of flame. Normally the old miser wants nothing to do with any of us, not even her sisters. But extraordinary times do call for extraordinary measures.
Here's the gold.
Would you believe it, hot stuff? I have on good authority that somebody around here has laid a claim to being eldest of Olympus. Well, Demeter, care to explain that one?
Hestia, you had abandoned us. To be an Olympian is not merely a birthright, but a pledge, both to this family and this mountain. Restore your rightful status, and join me now to aid my granddaughter. There's a touch of moonlight about you, Flower, as though Selene lights your way. Would that the moon concerned herself with more than her path across the sky. Did the famous wisdom of Athena live up to her reputation, Flower? I would think our master strategist should not have to defend the front lines herself. But what do I know?
Lady Demeter, I'm grateful for your strength. This is hardly fitting in exchange, but please accept it.
It seems there are such youth today as still can show my generation due respect. I am pleased my own granddaughter is such an example. Your mother used to visit us for months on end, but now, knowing that she is all right and restored to her underworld throne, I could not ask for more. Not right away. We are connected, not unlike that sheaf of barley which you have. Each stem is broken easily, and yet the bunch is strong. Each different, and yet all very much alike.
To the goddess whose power truly is the lifeblood of our world, it's by your grace that such an offering of nectar may exist at all.
My flower, surely there are other matters weighing heavily upon you now, more so than honoring your elders in the customary way? Nevertheless, I'm grateful for this, truly.
I greet you. I am impressed with how our great goddess of seasons here has taken to our war. The more personal we make it, the more bitterly we fight. Is that not so, dear Lady Demeter?
It was not I who made this personal, Ares. Perhaps if at some future point you have your own children and grandchildren taken from you, then you shall understand. For now, however, you need but to comply.
Grandmother, we've so much making up to do for all the time we could have spent getting to know each other. I trust we'll do just that soon enough, though for right now, there's this.
It's strange. As much as I loved your mother, she never honored me thus. Perhaps I was too lenient with her, or perhaps your generation is merely more considerate of their predecessors. Oh, granddaughter, what would I have ever done if not for you? That this mountain yet stands is one thing, but then you found your mother for the both of us. I cannot repay you. What love I have to give shall have to suffice.
The might of Olympus.
Do not choose against me even in jest, granddaughter. Apollo makes light, not I.
Here she comes.
You weathered the storm, though could have avoided it outright, of course.
I cannot begin to imagine all that you do for this world, Grandmother. All living creatures count on you and what the seasons bring. That you are able to make time for me amid all that is not something I'll ever take for granted.
Thank you for the offering, though I am usually left cold. From mortals lately, merely begging cries for mercy, nothing more. Let my crops grow, Lady Demeter. Save my harvest, Lady Demeter. Insufferable. Well, it seems you've earned the good graces of my sister Hera. And you didn't even have to commit yourself to a mate or bear any children, I suppose. She must be growing soft.
Where I am from, we lacked for plenty, but we never truly lacked. And I know that's in small part because of you, Grandmother. My headmistress thinks so highly of you, and I could see why from the moment we met like this.
Perhaps I ought to have far more gratitude myself. I think so often of my pain and lack. How could I not? Yet I have you, this mountain home, and more. Would only that the burden of it all ever lightened. I detested Kronos even in my youth. Almost as much as my own Titan father. We took our vengeance, though, on Kronos, Hyperion, and the rest. But I was a fool to think we'd never see any of them again.
Much
much as your father was custodian of all the dead, so are we responsible for the rest of the world. The hour has grown dark, yes, but we have the power to restore. Thanks be to my good sister Demeter.
The time for restoration always comes, as does the spring. But we're amidst a long winter, without an end in sight. We need concern ourselves with naught else, O Queen.
A gift of ambrosia for you, Grandmother. Perhaps this can liven things up, for there ought to be much cause for celebration in the coming times. But mostly I just wanted you to have it, for all the hope you gave me.
You say I gave you hope? I was intent on fighting the Titan no matter what. But having met you, I started to consider the possibility that we might prevail. Then I could see my daughter's gentle face and her daughter's. I can think of no worthier cause. Your brother Zagreus, why I suppose he's no longer my little sprout by now. Grown as he has into a noble underworld prince. That you two finally know each other gladdens my old heart.
Grandmother, you've stood by me ever since we met, and I felt our bond from the start. May this ambrosia commemorate not just our past, but our future. For I feel I still have so much to learn about you, and learn from you.
I shall accept this, but no more. Know that your mother and I always had our struggles, Flower. It was only once she lived her own life, rather than my idea of it, that our withered connection started to heal. May your and my relationship grow quickly past that point. The first time your mother was lost to me, the Witch of the Crossroads emerged from the shadows to light my way as I searched to the ends of the earth. We found not a thing, but at least I was not alone. I reached out to the Witch of the Crossroads recently, to give thanks to her for making such a difficult decision to keep you hidden for as long as she did. I know she did it for your safety, and to raise the likelihood we would prevail. You've picked an abundance of moly flowers. Unassuming little things, aren't they? Not unlike you, for they too hold power far beyond that suggested by their form. Are you on your way here to us, Flower? A journey that your mother made many a spring, but at a different time, whilst not beset by thuggish followers of a despicable Titan. I take it Kronos still goes everywhere with that old, gaudy-looking golden scythe of his? He fancies himself a reaper, speaks of harvest and decay. But he merely speaks in riddles, whilst I work directly in the trade. You have one grandfather in the cruel Titan Kronos, and another who was nothing but a mortal farm boy worshipper of mine. Whether I loved or pitied him, I cannot say. At least your mother was born deathless. Understand that lately I lack the patience for such antics, granddaughter.
Well, here we go.
Oh, Linui, we mustn't fight. Not with each other, only side by side. The bounties of the earth. Life flourishes even there where you reside, amid all that death. Flowers, roots, herbs, and seeds. You know their hidden strength. I let them grow for you. The Weavers of Destiny have sprouted up from the earth once again. And conveniently, right after we quelled the Titan's uprising without them having to intervene. We never could depend on the fates. When my sisters and I and your father and his brothers first slew Kronos long ago, It was an ugly victory, but ushered in an age in which Olympus ruled. Now it seems another age is nigh, and I have yet to see a perfect one. What have we here? So Poseidon has again availed himself to you. Well, good. And may he prove of use. I'll hold my threat to freeze his oceans then. For now. Even in the dark of a new moon, when Selene herself dares not ride across the cold night sky, I found you there. And I shall give you all the power that I have to spare. I wonder if the vile pomegranate fruit yet grows in your underworld. It holds a power there that I do not abide. A mere taste of its blood-like seeds can be very dangerous indeed. Perhaps I misjudged your woodsy cousin Artemis. To think that she found you. I was certain she was merely gallivanting with her nymph friends rather than being of use. You've picked an abundance of moly flowers. Unassuming little things, aren't they? Not unlike you, for they too hold power far beyond that suggested by their form. Fear not for this mountaintop, nor for the earth, for she is far more resilient than us all. Our foes could scour every trace of our existence, yet Mother Gaia would remain and recover. Wrath I feel, Melinoi, that I have a great deal to spare, even for you.
I had to do it.
Oh, I cannot remain upset with you, Flower. I would rather you look upon me kindly than with scorn. Granddaughter. Hera, Hestia, and I were far enough afield in disposition. We were not particularly close as sisters go. Although warring against Kronos has brought us somewhat closer, I suppose. You know, I always felt a kinship with Hecate. Seldom, though, we saw each other. She never seemed to want for children of her own. But the fates delivered you to her anyhow. Within your father's house, you would have learned respect.
Here she comes.
I am not angry with you any longer, granddaughter. Merely a little disappointed at the moment. Do you see those tiny flecks that drift down from the heavens to the earth? I call it snow. And it is beautiful, but very cold. We gods ought to be like the snow ourselves. At times I fear that I've grown cold and bitter, but this matter has been quite rejuvenating in a way, ever since meeting you. I had perhaps been dormant for too long. How revolting to think that Kronos is technically a grandfather to you, as I am a grandmother. We have no connection at all. Yet this family tree of ours has grown for many eons and has twisted limbs by now. I knew warlike Ares would be unable to resist giving our present conflict his personal attention. Although I doubt he shall help put it to an end, for he is thoroughly enjoying this. The witch Circe, whom you know, she's distant daughter to my Titan brother Helios the sun, who dares not show his face. Her enthusiasm for soil and grain is almost cloying. Oh, I appreciate the underlying sentiment. The forecast for this evening calls for a sharp decline in temperature. Though you are well accustomed to the cold by now, aren't you? Of late, I feel increasingly at loss for words, Flower. After all this toil, I may wilt from social graces for a while, though you'll have my undying support for as long as you require. I have slain Titans once or twice before. You get to do the honors now, it seems. Even amid such times, we gods and goddesses yet have our pride. You would be wiser next time not to hurt mine thus.
I mean no disrespect.
I ought to bury these impulses that drive me to act out of temper, not reason. Of late, even my radiant young sister must sully her delicate hands in all the field work that must be done. She is even beginning to take to it. Aren't you, Hera, our queen?
Oh, Demeter, these hands have seen more than you know. I simply do not flaunt the hardships I've endured. One can be as strong as a rock without taking on its texture.
The great and crafty Zeus is aiding you directly now? Then you truly must be one of our best remaining chances to thwart the Titan's plans. For Zeus is loath to ask for help, or offer it.